Good morning to you. Get ready to light up those grills. We have the meat master back. Jerry Kohler from K&K Portage Market is here to teach us all about spare ribs today. I'm so glad you're here because the last time you were here, I'm telling you, you were a wealth of knowledge. We had to go to Facebook Live and talk for another 15 minutes just so that he could get out all of the great information about meat that you probably don't know. So today you're going to give us a schooling on ribs.
On spare ribs.
Let's do it.
All right.
What's the first thing we need to know?
First thing is the first question everybody asks me is, what do I buy? What's the difference between spare ribs and baby back ribs? So 40 years ago, this is the only way spare ribs were sold. They were sold like this with the big brisket bone on them and all this brisket, okay? Today, most people buy in a restaurant and things like that, St. Louis style ribs. So what we do to get a St. Louis style rib is we take a regular slab of spare ribs, you cut all this brisket bone off, okay? And
that's either a really sharp knife or that meat's just...
That's right. That gives you a St. Louis style rib.
Okay.
Okay? That takes all of this brisket bone off, all of that big bone and all that fat. That's the way most people want them.
Okay. So that goes out the door and you just
Well,
use this.
you can use these for sauce. You can do something with these. But most of the time we take care of this.
Okay.
And the customers buy them just the way they are right here. Okay? So after you get this home and you want to prepare your spare ribs, and you have a regular slab of spare ribs like this, you want to take this membrane off. See this here?
Oh, you make it look so easy.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes I swear. That's why we have to get our meat from you.
That's right. I'll do this for you. You come to my store and we do this for our customers. Take a paper towel or something like that, and that will just come right off. That's like putting cellophane on your meat.
I was going to say, what if you do leave that on? You cook them. It's
not,
going to be chewy.
It's going to be chewy, but when you put a rub on here or you put your barbecue sauce on here, that's like putting a piece of cellophane over the top of your meat. It's not going to the rib rub won't penetrate the meat, and the barbecue sauce won't either.
It won't taste as good.
Okay.
All right, so that's lesson one.
That's lesson one. Now, baby back ribs. Regular spare ribs come from the underbelly of the animal. Those muscles get used a lot, so they could be a little bit more tougher. They're more forgiving when you're cooking them or if you're smoking them. You can make mistakes with these. You really can't make mistakes with baby back ribs because they come from the back of the pork loin, and this is the pork loin here. To give you an idea, this is a pork chop. Okay?
There we go.
There's a pork chop. So when we take the baby back ribs off, it's these bones here off the back of a pork chop. So
interesting.
We take this, we make a cut right down here.
Look at how easy it is for you to just cut right through that.
And that's a baby back rib.
All right.
Okay.
So it's going to be more tender.
It's going to be more tender. There's going to be a little bit more meat on there. But if you overcook them, you're going to be in trouble. Okay.
People will not be happy.
Again, you can
still take the membrane
off the membrane off of here. All right. Again.
And are these your famous rubs over there, or are these special rubs that you're making?
These are special rubs that are made and blended for us. Not a lot of salt, no salt at all in the rib rub. And you want to keep that rib rub. You can put it on, just load it on. Then bake spare ribs in the oven on a cookie sheet, 2 hours, 300 degrees, and then you can sauce them. You can put them on your grill. Just put them on a cookie sheet after you rub them, 300 degrees,
them first. Don't
2
sauce
hours.
them.
Don't sauce them until you cook them for 2 hours. You can also do those ahead of time if you want to. If you're having a party and you're going to have a lot of people, you got 30 or 40 people, general rule of thumb is about a pound of meat per person. So you can do those ahead of time, cook them in your oven at 300 degrees for 2 hours. You can let them cool, put them in the refrigerator, and then the next day you can sauce them, put them on your grill. You can put them, if it's raining like today, you can put them back in the oven, put your sauce on them. They're going to take about 2.5 hours to cook total at 300 degrees.
So By cooking them on the grill or cooking them in the oven, maybe not necessarily better than the other, it's just going to take longer in the oven.
No.
Or do you really love them on the grill?
If you want the flavor, put them on the grill and
Okay.
finish them off on the grill. There's a lot of people that want to smoke them and they're going to put them in their smoker for 3 or 4 hours. That's fine too. But for the basic person that says, I've never cooked ribs and I love them, it's pretty much dummy proof. 300 degrees for 2.5 hours and you're done.
That's it.
That's it.
Piece of cake.
We've got one more here. These are what we call Western style ribs. This comes right off the back of this pork loin too at the end over here.
Okay.
Okay, and we take this, you cut that in half like this, and
And what's that rib called then?
that's a Western style
That's
spare
a
rib.
Western style spare rib.
You can
They're
use
a lot
these.
bigger,
You
huh?
can barbecue them. You can put those in sauce. You can do a million things with those. This comes right next to the pork shoulder.
Well, you just need to go to K&K Portage Market there. You're right in Cleveland. What's the road again?
Warren Road.
Warren Road.
Which is West 150th. We're just about a half a mile south of I-90.
Go and check them out. Again, you walk in there, Jerry and the family will help you out to make sure you get the right meat for you, the right way to cut it, the right way to prepare it.
You got it.
You have all the answers, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
All
for
right.
coming. It's always a pleasure having you. We learned
right.
so much from him.